Oh, hey, how you doing there? Food Farmers Permaculture. Thank you for stopping by. How does my camera look? Does it look okay? Does it look okay? Does it look okay? Oh man, can't see any. Can't see any. I'm on the gardener and chat. Okay, great. Thank you very much, young man. And backyard garden. I was looking at your stuff this morning. I gotta say how I honestly feel. I think that uh, we're just starting out because the spring's coming in, and I was looking for more videos out there. But only ones I'm seeing is people starting, and I'm watching things. I just love watching videos about gardening. I think about it every day. I watch it day and night. I'm at work watching it. Not at work actually. Before I go on the clock. And so once I get there, me too. I just love it. And inexpensive little cell phone. I'm thinking about upgrading, but they want like $900 and $800 for a really, really nice phone. And so I just haven't done it. Just haven't done it. Natural all-purpose, water-soluble plant food. Not selling it, not selling it, not selling it. I've been using it for a long time. And this right here normally costs about $6. Even why I'm showing it to you, because it normally costs about $6. And I got all of them for like 95 cents. It'll make I don't know how many gallons it'll make. I have never really researched that part of it, but it'll probably make 100 gallons of this stuff. For 95 cents, that's not bad. And there's a label you look for on these products. There's some company, agency, OMRI, and that is supposed to be the organic standard. That it's what it is, and we guarantee that it's what it is. Yeah, okay. Everybody plays a fool sometimes. Let's see. So anyway, I took my seedlings out today, and I hosed them, and I did what I had to do. Let's see. Hi, all, just snacking on peeps. Let's see. I am working. Hi, morning gardener. Hello, how are you doing? Listening. Listen statement. Leading statement. Oh yeah. Okay. Leading statement. I'll tell you one thing, but I just got out there and I took all my plants out. Even the corn got taken out today. I didn't normally don't take the corn out. The corn went out, and it got watered down with some of this water soluble fertilizer. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. And I got to tell you, good morning, Lewis. Yes, hello. Um, and so what I did was I took them out there maybe about 30, 40 minutes ago. Then when I go back out there, I'm going out there to kill weeds. It's only one weed that I kill in my yard, one, and that's those vines. Hello, how you doing? Nature 9 and family. Everybody knows this gentleman here. I like his videos. I like his videos. Food Farms Permaculture. I don't know if you got had the opportunity to check them out. Check them out, man. Uh, Clear to the point. No fillings. He don't put all that filling stuff in there. Cause you got one guy. I said, "Who's a guy?" No, I don't want to say. I don't want to say because he trying to do what he got to do to make his money. I don't want to. I don't want to step in the way of that. But uh, Nature Nine is just straight to the point, and I like that because when I look at the videos, he reminds me of myself. When I see the videos, and I go, "Wow!" I say, "Okay." He talks about what he knows. They don't put nothing in there that he's not sure of, because you put it in there, people will sit back and listen to you go on in some instance about things you have no clue about, and they will literally just listen at you, and you'll say it only grows this way, and I put ashes in potatoes to grow them, things of that nature. People do different things, whatever they think works for them, and some of it is based on voodoo that they have learned over the years from other people who didn't know. But the thing about it is, you want to be factual with what you know. If you've been doing it for 10 years and or 6, 15 years or 20 years, everything, and you know for a fact this works for you, you got to state it that way. Say, this is what I do. This is what works for me. Because in another climate, that may not work well. I've had people come on again and say, um, I'm going to put down lime in my garden. Oh, lime works. You need lime in your garden. And then they don't say the one important thing about it is you need to have your soil tested. You need your soil tested because when you're putting down things, food forest permaculture may need lime in his garden, just hypothetically. You put lime in your garden, you already got enough lime in your garden because you live 3,000 miles away. And where you live might be plenty of lime in your garden. So by you adding more lime in your garden, you're going to cause a situation where something's going to be unbalanced. And when that happens, you're going to lock up nutrients for God knows how long. So it's no point in doing that unless you have the information in front of you. And sometimes even to get your garden tested, they're only telling you what the machines say they found in the soil. That if you tell them, "Look, I'm trying to grow watermelons, what do I need to do?" And they look at your soil profile and they said, "Okay, you're low in this, your pH is a little high, and here's what you can do." They make recommendations. So, and that's changing every year due to rain and different situations dealing with the environment you live in. Your pH and things dealing with your soil changes. It changes. I tell people, don't keep watering your garden all the time. Find a way it was a young lady, I can't call her name, but she comes into the room a lot, and she's a real nice lady. But I did text her and I said, "Hey, listen, why don't you try mulching around your plants? That way you can retain the water that you're putting in, and you can also fertilize your garden. And you can also keep the temperature more consistent with the ground in that area." And she put new videos up, but I didn't see it done as of yet. But when you water a lot, when you water a plant a lot, especially if you're fertilizing, you're washing that away. And when you wash the fertilizer away, um, you got to put it back in there. But where's all this fertilizer going that you keep adding to your ground? It goes into underground streams and things of that nature. So you want to be mindful of that. Just simply find a way. If mulching is for you, find the mulch that you like. If people use straw, leaves, grass clippings, I use grass and weed clippings in a bag on my lawnmower. And when you do this, you are creating an environment. You're creating an environment that's conducive to that plant's survival. And that's all you're trying to do is make it. You want to treat your plants very much like they're kings and queens, like they are wealthy individuals that are not used to a harsh environment. And you want to make your environment as a pleasant place to live for them. They have all of their nutrients, their temperature right, They're happy because the soil has got the right minerals in it and everything. That's what you want to create with your plants. Wood ash and biochar, lots compost, cardboard, cardboard is the best. Is your best friend. Yeah, I agree that you can take a lot of good um, out of that what you just wrote there. You can take a lot of good out of it and put it in and have it just working out for you. But I my soil years ago when I first started gardening here was brown. The soil was brown, and I could put a shovel in it. And when I put the shovel in the soil, it had a blue, excuse me, a gray marveling in the soil. It was sticky. It was like oh God, it was like clay that you make pots out of. And it would not allow me to grow very much. Everything I would put in the ground would grow to a point, and then it would pause. And I said, what's wrong with it? I said, I'm putting down the right stuff. I'm following the labels, uh, you know. And then I remember going online when I first started learning about YouTube, being able to assist you with information. YouTube was swinging me all around Robin Hood's barn. There was gardeners on there saying, do this, do that, do this. And so I'm looking at this, and I said, I'm going to have to find my own way. I said, because one lady said, do not try to fix your clay soil. And she was noted as being a master gardener. And according to the information she said on her video, I'll put it that way. She said, do not try to fix clay soil. You can't fix it, really. She said, all you can do is amend it with different things. It's just a waste of time. And in the long run, go ahead and build a raised bed on top, and you go get this soil and you put it in it. And then so you go do that, and you go buying soil, and the person who sold you the soil just sold you a bunch of headache too, because what he sold you or she sold you is garbage as well. But it looked black. It looked like it was soft and pliable. But when you put it in there, you know what I mean? You got those kind of results. Your plants are like, I still can't grow in this. So you got to figure out what needs to be done. And the best thing on earth that 99.9% of people all agree to. No one asked any plants, though. I want to be clear about that. And that is that you need organic matter. You need organic matter. And organic matter has the ability to pump, if you will, life back into the soil. Oh, okay, okay, good advice there. Food farms permaculture, yes. And so what I did over the years is I did the wood chip thing, tried that, and I had 2 trucks dump at the same time. I mean, same day. Don't ever do that, folks. I'm gonna tell you what it looked like when the truck was sitting there. They were cutting down all these trees in front of this school, and he was like a few blocks from me. And I said, "Can you?" And he said, "Yes." He brought it here. He brought this when the truck got close to the property. That's how I remember how massive the truck was, and it was full of wood chips. So he started dumping, and he dumped some more, and then the truck was emptied out. I go up the street heading towards Walmart. On my way back, I see the truck over there again after I finished my shopping, and there was he had another truck full. I said, sir, and he said, you want another truck? He followed me again, and he emptied the other load in front of the driveway. Now, here's what I want to tell you: the loads, the what he unloaded in that massive truck twice was so big, the piles were that people drove by, stopping and staring, uh, and asking themselves, "What in the name of God is that?" Now that's what they looked like they had on their face. What is that? And I was beginning to think, oh my God, what did I do? And I thought about this. Don't even look like a normal compost pile. It looks like a mountain next to my house, comprised of wood chips. So I started taking the mountain down. I borrowed a neighbor's what they call them things. It got a wheel in front, whatever they call them, hand carts or wheelbarrow. And so I started working with the wheelbarrow. I'm rolling around and I'm filling it up and rolling and dumping it and dumping it. And an hour goes by. I look back at the pile and it looked like it was never touched. I mean, I kid you not, it looked like it was never touched. And I said, oh my God, how much wood chips are here? Oh my God, what am I going to do? And it was getting hot. I remember the pile was getting hot because I stuck my hand in there and almost burned me. And I said, wait a minute, can these things spark off and cause a fire? I didn't know. Living next to my neighbor's house, I didn't want to cause him any distress. So anyway, I got a tractor out there and I started loading up these 32-gallon trash cans, two at a time, rolled them into position, dumped them, came back, dumped them, came back. 3 weeks later, the pile, and it was every day for at least 3 to 4 hours, the pile looked like it was barely touched. That's how many wood chips were there. So that's all I'm saying is that I got in over my head. Um, so anyway, I get the neighbors out there, and it's like 1, 2, 3, plus myself made 4. It this is so. Yeah. This is so true. Yeah, and you can imagine it was 2 trucks. It was 2 trucks that dumped. So anyway, I'm filling up my part of the property. I'm wheeling this tractor around and filling it back up with gas and going back and forth to the sites. And I'm rolling up over these big piles of where I'm dumping it on my property. And so I got everything laid out, and I got all my garden areas full, and everything looks good. The soil was covered with 9 inches of wood chips all the way through. I created like one, two, three different other gardening plots with it because I had extra, and I dumped it right on top of grass where I wanted which in turn just turned it into beautiful soil. Long story short, the trucks wanted to keep coming, and that's what hurt me because they kept wanting to come and dump. When they was in the area, they would call me and say, hello, listen, you need any wood chips? I didn't need any wood chips. There was nothing I could do with wood chips. I wanted them to keep coming, but at the same time, I could not take anymore. So long story short, folks, it was a nightmare. So then they stopped delivering to me because they said he doesn't want anymore. We done asked him twice, and each time he says no. So let him call us. And so when I would call him months down the road, it would say, oh, we'll see if we got a truck in that area, which of course it wasn't. And so I said, wait a minute, what am I going to do? I need this organic matter because what I had, the 9 inches that went down to 6 and going down to 3, and it was making all this black soil. It was all these worms everywhere. And I don't know what kind of worms it were. Food Farms Permaculture may know. But they were a fast wiggling worm about the size of a night crawler, and they move like that. And if you try to pick them up, they'll break themselves off, and you look and say, what the heck was that? Uh, uh, they got leaf trees. Is that the name of the worm? And they would look like a regular garden worm, but they just didn't behave like a regular garden worm. They rolled across the ground like this, like a snake. Um, they were fast moving, and they only came once the wood chips came. They came out of the forest, and they came out of the forest, and it was on my property because that's where the food supply was. So I quickly learned and say, read less comments. Read last comment. Read last comment. Excuse me. I don't see the clay as a dry soil. So Wood chips, great. Spiders. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, I just got to tell you, food forest permaculture, it was crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe it. Um, and when the amount of organic matter went down, so did the worms. They disappeared. So I said, wait a minute. Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I know how this works. These are. This is a situation where you actually are. Um, you actually are farming a herd. Only difference is your herd fits under the eye of a microscope, and but they need food and they need proper environment, and for them to stay there. When this environment changes, when the food supply is less or not non-existent, they move on, and that's what I learned from that. So when you put down organic matter, whether it be in the form of cow manure or grass clippings or weed choppings, you increase the number of biology in the soil because they now have an environment that's conducive to where they want to live. And it was a gentleman on a video about 3 or 4 days ago, and I'll never forget this video because he's considered to be one of the biggest known uh, people on YouTube that deal with gardens. And I see him all the time. He sells lots of products and that sort of thing. Um, but he said, buy this bag, and it was a bag of some kind of biology that you want to add to your soil. He said, buy this bag of biology. He said, yes, and it is relatively expensive. But he said, what is your worth of your garden, really? What do you care about when it all boils down? So I'm looking at him. He's got this bag in there, and it looks like a silver bag, maybe 6 to 8 ounces. And he said it was expensive. And it's biology in a bag. It's a powdery biology you sprinkle over around your plants or whatever, and it's supposed to make them, grow like crazy. And I asked myself this question. I said, now, who does he think he's talking to? I said, oh, he's talking to people. Okay, he's talking to somebody. I said, okay, if you don't have the biology in your location, it's because the environment does not supply their needs. Common sense. So if you buy biology online and have them ship it to you and you sprinkle around your plants, what do you think is going to happen if you don't have the environment that they live in? You won't keep them long or they'll just die. Um, but it didn't make sense what he was saying, because if you create the environment for your biology, they'll automatically come on their own. You don't need to buy it in the mail. Why would you buy it in the mail? If you create the environment, I'll put it like this. My yard or property is so comfortable and supplies the needs of praying mantis. I don't need to buy bags of printed mantises online. I didn't have to buy the eggs and cocoons or whatever and let them hatch out. They're already here. They're in the trees. Most of the time they're in the trees. And why are they in the trees? Why are they here? Because the environment caters to their needs. And I didn't have to buy them and put them here. They saw the weeds, the grass, they saw the environment, the food supply, they automatically moved in. And thank you very much, Food Forest Permaculture. Thank you. And so that's what happened. So they came on their own. I didn't have to, you know, purchase anything in the mail, $35 for a couple of cocoons of praying mantis. Didn't have to buy anything. They come on their own accord. Just like if you put them in here and you don't have the environment they need, they won't be there long. Let's say like you had a backyard that's all cemented, and you had one tree out there and maybe a potted flower, and you pour all the prayer mantis cocoons on that plotted the plant. They're going to hatch out, get hungry, and fly off somewhere else where they can get some food. What are they supposed to do? The environment is not conducive to what they need. to supply their needs. Well, go back out here, good people, to this garden because I'm on a roll today. I got quite a bit done in a short period of time, but I did all the easy stuff. Now I want to go do some involved stuff like I want to plant the peas out today. That's my goal. I looked in the pans where my what they call them things, ginger's growing, and they're growing everywhere. They don't care. They growing. Peace out. Live long and prosper, as they say on Star Trek back in the old days. Yep. So definitely keep that in mind, people. Common sense is a big part of gardening. Common sense. This has been the Morning Gardener, and I want to thank you all for tuning in. And until we see each other again, keep on growing. Thank you.